There's something about North American heating. It's very dry.
Not as dry as Stacy.
Not as dry as a martini, but I had a great experience. And I don't travel outside of Israel much now that my kids are older. I'm hoping to do it, maybe once a year. We'll see if they're still breathing when I get back. That is. So, but I had a great time in San Diego. I did a house concert and I met a guy that I'd only met over the internet, and he has a very special place in my heart because he is the person who first contacted me by email to let me know that the great folk singer Priscilla Herdman was singing this next song that I wrote. So since you're videoing this, I'll say this is for David. He was so excited. But this is something I wrote quite a while ago when my kids were smaller, because as you know, I write songs and I perform them around as much as I can. And I also, what you don't know, is that I also have a day job that I work as a science writer, a science journalist. I write mostly public relations materials for Israel's universities, get to meet with a lot of really cool scientists and write about them. And back when I wrote this, the third part of my life was that I was home raising 4 closely spaced, what are euphemistically referred to as high-energy children. So, this song is called Survival of the Fittest. Before Charles Darwin dipped his pen to write the species' origin, man's stewardship of the cosmos was unshaken. Then the theory of evolution stirred up quite a revolution by putting man's descent before creation. It was natural selection, he said, not divine election, that determined whose survival would elude. And the one that would prevail and would live to tell the tale was the one with access to sufficient food. If I may venture an opinion on theories Darwinian, they seem to give the modern woman hope. For if Chuck's right, the supermodels and the women thin as rods will soon be sliding down the evolutionary slope. For when bodies that are real are compared with the ideal, it can hit a woman in her sense of worth. But with Darwin as our guide, we will no more be denied, and those who eat shall in the end control the earth. I don't mean to be elitist, but survival of the fittest comes from grabbing what's created as our due. It's all based on adaptations, from amphibians to crustaceans. Come on, girls, if crabs can do it, we can too. Yes, the woman of tomorrow will evolve beyond the sorrow of selecting fruit cup from the pastry cart. And improvement of her vision will add to the precision with which she locates milk duds in the dark. Adapting to the challenges of how the species scavenges for foodstuffs at the local shopping mall. The flow of her adrenaline will serve her very well when racing for the shortest checkout line of all. And the power of her fist and flexibility of wrist will easily twist off the tightest lids. And her suppleness of shoulder and extended reach will hold her when she raids the treats she's hidden from the kids. But before we can progress, there's an issue to address. The same one Darwin knew the finches faced. Selection, when effectual, is both natural and sexual, so is subject to guys' unenlightened taste. Still, before we get downhearted, let's remember how we started, when the first amoebas oozed out of the slime. From our prehistoric past, we've reached low-heel shoes at last. And the men may evolve too, just give them time.